group of people here, but I want to start off by addressing my white allies. When we say Black Lives Matter, we are not only referring to the unarmed that are gunned down or kneed to death. We mean all of our lives. We mean the women that go in to deliver babies, receive subpar health care, and end up dying as a result. We mean our young children whose lives we have to be in fear for, even more so than other parents, because we have Emmett Till, we have Tamir Rice, we have Trayvon Martin, and Jordan Edwards that prove that our children's lives also do not matter. We mean the law that is enforced more strictly upon us, so that ensuring that when we go to jail, we're gonna have a harder time starting over our lives. We mean the fact that when we do mourn every single one of those deaths, that you don't mourn for any of them with us. Had your hearts mourned with us the way that you mourn military or officers' deaths, perhaps we wouldn't have to say Black Lives Matter. We say it because it has been clear that up until now, they have not. For many years or centuries, there has been a mindset embedded in the minds of white America, and it is this, that blacks are inferior to whites. When we're told to forget slavery, it is a blatant attempt to erase the paper trail that leads up to everything that you see today. We cannot possibly understand systemic racism without following the history all the way back to the beginning. The mindsets that were held by those who had us build this nation, the mindsets of their children and their children's children. In the same way that family traditions are passed down like religion and celebrations, so too are the dangerous and harmful traditions of racism. And I admit this past week, I have not been indulging or freshening my memory on our history because it hurts. It hurts so much to see the pain that was brought upon my ancestors, and at the same time, I can't imagine that it's any easier for you guys to look into that and see that your ancestors were the source of other people's pain. If you go to Germany, you'll notice that they don't really deny the Holocaust. It's almost like the nation has a spirit of repentance, like they know that what happened was wrong. So why here in America do we try so hard to sweep everything under the rug and minimize events that we could be learning from? We can't keep romanticizing our history because we don't want to feel bad. That's how you end up with a nation of people that don't feel anything when they see an unarmed Black man die. When we march, when we protest peacefully, we're not heard, we're not felt. They've been so used to all of us. And for those of you that are watching in the Black community, I have this to say, guys. We can't be loud for other people and then be silent for immigrants. We can't deny the horrific events of the Holocaust or the horrendous treatment of the true natives of this land or any other people who've been suffered or mistreated. We can't scream for people to care about our lives and we also deny or ignore the pain of other people, especially other minorities. That's not how we heal. That's not how you change this country. When you go to family counseling, you don't just deal with one person's experiences or pain, you deal with all of them. And while it is unfortunate that while we're still bleeding, we're expected to be the bigger people. We're always expected to be the bigger people. When our men are blatantly disrespected and talked to like they're boys. When my son is made to be the troublemaker in class even though he's an angel. When I waited tables for years and I had to encounter blatantly racist people, we have always had to be the bigger person for people that we know clearly don't respect us. And sometimes it's so you can keep your job. Sometimes it's so you don't get in trouble or get labeled as a stereotype. And sometimes it's so that you don't die. And even then, that's not a guarantee. But I'm asking my Black community, if you really want to make the steps to ensure that our lives truly do matter, that our voices are heard, that this is the last generation that's going to have to scream the chant Black Lives Matter, we have to rise up and be the great men and women that we have been taken through the fire to become. Let's be leaders who can show boldness yet understanding to others, because it's through understanding that relationships are built and restored. Let's do more than just bring emotion to our discussions, let's bring research. Because while they may not hear our yelling, they can't deny the facts. Well, some people do, but still. Instead of yelling F the police, make sure you vote people in office that are going to hold the police accountable. Let's take the steps that need to be made to undo the system that was built with us as subordinates. And we cannot do that from social media posts alone or marching alone. We have to educate ourselves and go to battle the right way. And that goes for everyone. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, European, Native, all Americans, we need to educate ourselves on the true history of America so we can truly understand what we're fighting and what needs to be changed. We can't do this divided. Black people, we need the help of everybody in this nation. We can't keep shutting them out and then become outraged because they don't care. And to everyone else, I ask that you consider the fact that you value everything we have to bring to the table, our music, our comedy, our sports, our food, our style, our culture, everything that is a direct result of our experience here in America. You cannot continue to consume and appreciate those things and then ignore our simple right to live. So let's move forward together, because it is only together that we'll actually see change. And just as a football team is unified and they all have different positions, everyone's going to play their part to make sure that the goal is reached. So today, I wanted to be together and discuss how we can all do our part towards working towards our common goal, which is bringing an end to the institution.